This message did not find you by coincidence. It was sent to intercept your silence, to step into that quiet ache you've carried alone. You may have tried to move forward, to bury what once was, yet tonight heaven interrupts your thoughts because St. Gabriel Archangel has seen the wound that never truly closed. When you lay awake wondering if they ever think of you, if the absence means you were forgotten, heaven leans close and whispers, their soul still remembers yours. There are connections written before time, threads that no distance or denial can sever. You have felt it in the sudden waves of emotion that come without warning, in the name that echoes in your heart when the world grows still. This is not your imagination, it is resonance. Something sacred still moves between you, unseen but alive, pulsing through the space that once was love. St. Gabriel descends not to reopen your pain, but to reveal what heaven has long observed. The one who departed and left a void in your soul still carries you in thought, still revisits you in spirit, still finds you in dreams. The angels have waited for this exact moment because the veil between hearts is thinner tonight. You are standing at the threshold of revelation, and what is about to be spoken will change how you see everything that was lost. Listen now with your spirit open. Heaven is about to unveil the truth that explains the ache you could never name. The unseen connection, why you still feel their energy. There are moments when your chest tightens for no reason, when your breath catches between one heartbeat and the next, and an image floods your mind. The way they looked at you once, the sound of their voice in the dark, the feeling of being seen as if no one else ever could. You tell yourself it's just memory, that you have moved on, yet something inside you refuses to accept that explanation. There is a pulse beneath the silence, a soft vibration that keeps your spirit tethered to theirs. St. Gabriel Archangel comes to unveil what human words cannot, that there are bonds born not from coincidence, but from divine architecture. What once united your paths was not simply emotion, but spiritual design, something written long before both of you were aware. The energy that you still feel is the residue of that sacred script, alive and moving between your hearts even now. Heaven allows connections that exist beyond sight, where distance loses its meaning. The Archangel reveals that when two souls share light, they exchange spiritual imprints. Your laughter once touched their spirit, your tears once marked their memory, your prayers once wrapped around their energy. These things do not fade with absence. They remain suspended in the spiritual current, echoing across time, returning to you as sensations that seem to come from nowhere. It is why, at the quietest hours, you feel a sudden warmth on your skin or hear their name inside your thoughts. It is not madness, it is recognition. The energy you sense is theirs reaching for yours, just as your spirit reaches back in longing and in memory. St. Gabriel speaks softly into the silence, explaining that the thread between you has not been broken, it has only been stretched by divine timing. God permits certain separations not as punishment, but as alignment. The love that once lived in the realm of emotion is now being refined in the realm of spirit. The ache you feel is transformation, the burning of what was temporary so that what is eternal may remain. Every moment you surrender your need to control, you make space for heaven to breathe into the bond again, restoring it in its rightful form. This is why the energy still moves, why your heart still stirs when theirs does. The connection has entered a higher plane, awaiting its divine moment of revelation. You have asked why you cannot forget, why even after prayers of release, their presence lingers in your dreams. The Archangel answers, because remembrance is part of the healing. Heaven uses memory as a bridge. Each time you remember them with tenderness instead of despair, your spirit rises closer to the frequency of divine love. That is when the angels work most deeply, reshaping pain into purpose. Sometimes the one who left feels it too. They stop suddenly in their day, feeling a pull they cannot explain, a wave of emotion that carries your essence. It is their soul recognizing your forgiveness, sensing your light, longing for what was pure before fear interfered. And though they may not yet have words, heaven stirs their conscience to look upward, to feel what still lives beyond distance. This unseen connection is not a chain, but a signal. It tells you that something unfinished still breathes under heaven's supervision. You may not see the outcome yet, but the Archangel assures you that energy never lingers without reason. When the divine permits such persistence, it means reconciliation, whether in spirit or in life, is written into the story. Until that time, you are asked to hold faith not with anxiety, but with quiet surrender. Pray not for their return alone, but for both of you to heal into wholeness. For when healing is complete, alignment becomes effortless, and love no longer feels like longing, it becomes fulfillment under grace. As you hear these words, place your hand over your heart for a moment, breathe, and let the tremor inside you settle into peace. This is how the Archangel confirms presence, through stillness that follows revelation. Feel the warmth rising within your chest. It is not imagination, it is divine energy responding. You are not chasing ghosts of the past. You are standing in the field where heaven repairs what was torn. The invisible thread remains shimmering with promise. One day soon, you will understand why you felt them so strongly, even in absence. For now, rest in the knowing that your heart was never mistaken. The one who left carries your light, just as you carry theirs, and St. Gabriel watches over both paths, ensuring that nothing meant by heaven will ever be lost. Heaven's observation. What St. Gabriel saw in the spirit realm. St. Gabriel Archangel moves through the corridors of heaven, where prayers rise like smoke and memories shimmer like living light. From this sacred height, the Archangel has watched two souls, yours and the one who departed, moving through the invisible field that binds hearts beyond distance. Heaven does not measure love by time or proximity, but by energy, intention, and truth. In that realm, nothing is hidden. Every tear you shed, every silent question that pressed against your chest, every restless night you endured in silence was seen and recorded in light. And while you thought you were forgotten, St. Gabriel witnessed something entirely different. The one who left has never been fully at peace since your separation. Their spirit still drifts toward you like a wandering prayer, unable to release what was born from divine alignment. In the spirit realm, thoughts are movements and emotions are colors. St. Gabriel reveals that when you remember them in sorrow, your energy forms a pale blue flame that glows before heaven. When they think of you, their light flickers nearby, pulsing in rhythm with yours. The angels have seen those two lights draw near, then drift apart, then return again in silent conversation. That is why, even in your waking hours, you sense sudden waves of warmth or sorrow. You are feeling what their soul transmits. They might appear strong to the world, untouched by memory, yet heaven knows the truth. Their dreams betray them. In the quiet of night, their spirit turns toward yours, searching for what once brought calm to their heart. St. Gabriel shows that the separation was never simple. Heaven has allowed a period of silence so that both of you could confront what was hidden beneath affection. The wounds, the fears, the unspoken prayers. The one who left carries the same ache, though pride and confusion veil it. Their spirit has been restless, seeking closure in places where only prayer could provide peace. The Archangel has stood beside them in moments they could not see, whispering your name into their conscience when they were tempted to forget, stirring memory when they tried to bury the truth. You were not erased. You were remembered in a way that both healed and haunted them. There are nights when they wake suddenly, with a sense that something is missing, a void that no new affection can fill. That emptiness is not punishment. It is divine reminder. Heaven allows them to feel the echo of your absence, so they might learn the depth of what they once held. Saint Gabriel has seen their tears fall in secret, the same way yours once did. Both hearts mirror one another's longing, each unaware that heaven is orchestrating a convergence through these shared sensations. It is not torment, it is preparation. Divine love refines through distance before it restores through reunion. You have asked if they still love you, if they ever truly understood what your presence meant. The Archangel answers through the movement of energy that surrounds you now. When the wind stirs and the air feels heavier for a moment, that is the spiritual current shifting, their thoughts reaching through the unseen. When your name crosses your mind without reason, it is because it has just crossed theirs. When you sense peace after praying for them, it is because heaven has delivered your prayer directly to their spirit. Every sign is confirmation that the bond lives, even while you both walk separate roads. Saint Gabriel's observation carries not judgment, but compassion. The angels do not condemn human love, they purify it. They have seen both of you trying to understand what cannot be explained in earthly logic. You were not brought together by chance, and you were not separated without purpose. The Archangel has watched as divine timing has been quietly aligning the lessons each of you needed to learn. The one who departed is being guided toward awareness, toward repentance, toward healing, while you are being guided toward strength, patience, and faith. In heaven's sight, both journeys are sacred. You are being asked to release the need to know how or when. Saint Gabriel assures you that no connection marked by divine light will ever remain unresolved. Heaven has written a future moment, a meeting of energies, a turning of hearts, where truth will surface, and all that was hidden will be spoken. Until that hour arrives, the Archangel guards the bridge between your souls. When you pray, your words travel that bridge. When they feel sudden conviction or tenderness, that is your prayer reaching them. Heaven sees both of you walking through parallel healing, one step at a time, guided by unseen hands. Breathe now. Let the awareness of this truth settle into your chest. You are not alone in your waiting, and they are not free in their forgetting. The divine observes all movements of love and pain and uses both to fulfill destiny. The Archangel's message is simple yet profound. What was once pure is never erased in the spiritual realm. It only transforms until it is ready to be revealed again in the light. The lesson behind the separation: when God uses distance to heal. Saint Gabriel Archangel speaks now not from the place of longing, but from divine understanding. Every separation permitted by heaven carries a purpose deeper than emotion. What you called loss, heaven calls refinement. What you saw as rejection was in truth divine redirection. The distance that wounded you so profoundly was never meant to destroy you, but to deliver you from what could not yet sustain divine love. There are seasons when God removes what you think you cannot live without, only to return it later, renewed, purified, and aligned with His timing. The one who departed was not taken from you to punish you. They were released so that both of you could face the mirrors you had avoided when together. Heaven does not heal through comfort, but through revelation. While you were trying to understand why they walked away, Saint Gabriel was standing near, watching the invisible work begin. Their absence forced you to confront your own worth, your own dependency, your need to be seen and chosen. You learned that love without peace is not love, that attention without presence is emptiness disguised as care. These lessons were carved into your spirit, not to make you harder but wiser, so that when love returns, it will find you whole, not waiting to be rescued. The one who left is walking their own sacred terrain, facing what they could not face before. The guilt, the pride, the illusion that they could outrun divine connection. In their solitude, heaven began to whisper your name differently, not as a memory, but as a revelation. Saint Gabriel reveals that separation is sometimes the altar, where two souls learn what real love requires: truth, patience, humility, surrender. The Archangel saw your tears become prayers, your silence become intercession. Heaven received every word you said to God in the dark, every question you whispered into the pillow, every moment you asked for a sign and thought no one answered. It was not silence, it was sacred gestation. God was forming something in the invisible realm, a transformation in both hearts that could not happen in closeness. The fire of distance burns illusions away until only truth remains. That is why it hurts so deeply. It is purification disguised as loss. You may not know this, but they have felt the same refining flame. There are nights when they remember your kindness and cannot escape conviction. Their spirit trembles because heaven keeps showing them the difference between affection and love. They now understand what it means to be truly seen, and it terrifies them. Pride made them walk away. Humility will lead them back, though not before they face their own wilderness. The Archangel has been guiding them through dreams, through signs, through faces that remind them of you. Their heart resists, but the divine pull grows stronger. In heaven's timing, awareness always follows absence. Do not confuse delay with denial. God works through distance because human hearts need space to learn faith. You have prayed for reunion, but heaven has been more focused on restoration. Reunion without healing only repeats the same pain. That is why Saint Gabriel insists that you use this time not to wait in sorrow, but to rise in strength. Let this be the season where you rediscover your purpose, rebuild your confidence, and learn the rhythm of your own peace. The love meant for you cannot depart forever, for it is written in spiritual law that what belongs to your destiny cannot be taken, only transformed. When you feel the ache return, place your hand over your heart and say softly, "Even this pain serves me." That declaration aligns your will with heaven's wisdom. It tells the angels you are ready to receive the full meaning of this journey. For separation, when sanctified by prayer, becomes the very bridge heaven walks across to restore love. And when that restoration comes, it will not resemble the fragile affection you once knew. It will carry the fragrance of forgiveness, the strength of truth, and the calm of divine order. Saint Gabriel stands beside you as witness that no distance can outlast divine purpose. Heaven is healing what words cannot, rearranging time and circumstance so that both hearts return whole. Until that appointed moment, rest in the certainty that this distance is not absence, it is construction. God is building something invisible between you: maturity, depth, spiritual symmetry. When it is complete, the same hand that separated will reunite, not in confusion, but in blessing. The Archangel's message closes this revelation with assurance. Heaven does not waste pain. The tears you cried became seeds in sacred soil, and in their season, they will bloom into the miracle of restored love. How you'll know they still think of you. Saint Gabriel Archangel speaks through the stillness of the night to reveal that heaven often uses the unseen to communicate truths too delicate for words. The divine does not need your eyes to see or your ears to hear. It needs only your sensitivity to spiritual movement. The one who departed still thinks of you, and heaven allows signs to flow between you so that your soul will not mistake memory for fantasy. There are times when your body feels a sudden warmth, your chest rises with unexplainable emotion, or tears well without pain. These are not random moments. They are confirmations. The Archangel reveals that your souls still breathe in the same rhythm across the distance, touching through divine current when both hearts remember each other at the same instant. You will know they think of you when their presence returns uninvited into your consciousness, not as nostalgia, but as energy that feels alive. When your heart pounds for no reason, when you feel peace for a fleeting second amid sorrow, when the air grows heavy and your mind whispers their name without permission. Those are the moments St. Gabriel is showing you the bridge between your spirits. Sometimes the sign comes as a dream, so vivid you wake with their voice still echoing. Sometimes it comes as a song you haven't heard in years, playing at the exact moment your heart speaks their name. These are not coincidences. Heaven synchronizes such encounters to awaken your awareness of what remains unseen but living. St. Gabriel reveals that in the higher realm, thought is not bound by distance. When they think of you with longing, that thought releases energy that finds your soul instantly. The same occurs when you think of them in prayer or sorrow. It is a sacred dialogue beyond language, a meeting of two energies that heaven allows to persist because the connection still carries divine purpose. Do not dismiss the signs as superstition. The angels speak through repetition, through timing, through subtle movements that pierce the veil. The number that appears again and again, the sudden shift in the atmosphere, the fragrance that returns without source, these are the whispers of a connection that refuses to die. You may also notice signs in your daily path, encountering their name in unexpected places, hearing their favorite phrase spoken by strangers, feeling a pulse of emotion when you pass the places you once shared. Each event is a divine echo designed to remind you that spiritual bonds continue where words once failed. The Archangel explains that these signs are not sent to keep you trapped in longing, but to show you that heaven is still at work, weaving threads of destiny through time and space. When your soul perceives a sign, breathe, acknowledge it, and release it in gratitude. Recognition without attachment invites divine timing to unfold freely. St. Gabriel warns that not every memory is meant to call you backward. Some are meant to prepare you for what is returning forward. Heaven often tests your heart through remembrance to see if you can feel without clinging, to love without losing peace. When you notice a sign, respond with calm, not desperation. Whisper within yourself, "I receive the message and I trust the timing." The one who left is being drawn back by the same signs, though they may not yet understand their source. Their dreams have begun to shift. They wake feeling your presence, but cannot explain why. The Archangel has stood at their side, letting your light appear in fragments, an image, a scent, a whisper in the wind, reminding them of the love they abandoned and the grace that still waits for them. Sometimes heaven allows the distance to speak louder than any message. When you sense them in prayer, when tears come without sorrow, when hope returns without effort, you are not imagining redemption, you are feeling the prophecy unfold. Every sign is a promise disguised as mystery. Each one affirms that the connection has not dissolved. It is maturing under heaven's supervision. The Archangel asks you to pay attention in the coming days, for you will notice patterns aligning, numbers repeating, phrases echoing, symbols reappearing. When these occur, pause and say, "I am aware." Awareness is the gate through which divine restoration enters. Let your heart be still. You are not haunted by the past, you are witnessing the movement of God through memory. The one who left still thinks of you, but more than that, they are being guided to remember what heaven joined. Every sign you see is mirrored by a stirring in their soul. St. Gabriel stands between both hearts, translating thoughts into signs, distance into preparation, pain into prophecy. Do not chase the signs, receive them. They are not meant to control your steps, but to confirm heaven's promise that what was written in spirit cannot be erased by human choice. Release, but don't close the door. St. Gabriel Archangel now brings you to the threshold where revelation becomes transformation. You have been shown that the connection is real, that the one who departed still thinks of you, and that heaven has never been silent. But the Archangel now whispers a harder truth. Divine love is not sustained by clinging, it is sustained by surrender. You are being called to release this person into God's timing, not because the story has ended, but because it is being rewritten. What must be restored cannot return through desperation, only through peace. Every time you reach out with anxiety, the spiritual thread tightens and strains. Every time you release with trust, the thread strengthens under divine light. The Archangel asks you now to let go, not as one who gives up, but as one who finally understands. Heaven teaches that release is not the opposite of love, it is its highest form. When you stop demanding, chasing, or replaying what once was, you make space for heaven to act without your interference. The Archangel has watched your sleepless nights, your restless heart, your prayers that asked for signs of return. Heaven has answered those prayers, not with immediate reunion, but with inner transformation. You were never meant to wait passively. You were meant to rise in faith. The divine wants you to carry love, not longing, to bless the one who left without bitterness, to remember them without pain, to pray for their healing as fiercely as your own. This is alignment, to stand in peace while heaven moves unseen. Saint Gabriel reveals that when you truly release, you shift the vibration of the bond itself. The energy that once carried grief becomes light again, and that light reaches them where they are. It touches their conscience, awakens their remorse, softens their heart. The moment you stop trying to control the outcome, divine intervention begins its work. The one who left may feel sudden thoughts of you, dreams that draw them to prayer, a conviction they cannot shake. And this happens because you finally surrendered. Heaven does not respond to fear. It responds to faith. Let go, not to lose, but to invite the divine plan to unfold in fullness. You must understand that holding on too tightly to what is still healing becomes a form of resistance. The Archangel speaks with compassion. Do not mistake divine delay for divine denial. There is movement you cannot see. The silence between you is full of angelic labor. Saint Gabriel is ministering to both hearts, rearranging timelines, softening what was hard, cleansing what was heavy. But heaven cannot complete the work if your spirit is bound in anxiety. Release is your act of cooperation with the sacred. When you breathe and say, "I trust your timing," the heavens shift. The unseen begins to align, and the outcome that once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. The Archangel asks you to practice stillness. When the ache rises, close your eyes and breathe. Do not fight the pain, invite peace to enter it. Say within yourself, "What is meant for me cannot pass me by." This declaration opens the gate of divine trust. You will feel an invisible warmth, a gentle pressure in your chest. That is Saint Gabriel affirming your alignment. The Archangel knows that love without surrender becomes bondage, but love surrendered becomes a channel for miracles. When you release, you are not ending the story. You are stepping out of God's way so He can finish writing it. There will come a day when you look back and realize the separation did not steal your joy. It saved your destiny. Heaven uses space to rewrite hearts, to correct what was broken in silence. Saint Gabriel watches over this process, ensuring that what returns will not resemble what left. Do not close the door with bitterness. Leave it open in faith, but stand guard with prayer. Pray for the one who left, not with pleading, but with blessing, that they may see truth, that they may heal, that they may walk the path that leads to light. When you do this, you invite grace to flow freely between you, dissolving what remains impure and amplifying what remains divine. If the connection is destined to return, no force on earth can stop it. If it is meant to be transformed into memory, heaven will give you peace that surpasses understanding. Either way, you will not lose. You will rise stronger, wiser, radiant with the light of one who trusted the divine plan. Saint Gabriel declares that the test of faith is never waiting, it is releasing. The Archangel stands before you now, holding a golden key, symbol of freedom. Take it in spirit. Unlock the chains of expectation. Let heaven lead what your heart cannot manage. As you do, your energy aligns with divine timing, and the story that began in pain moves toward its appointed restoration. Saint Gabriel's blessing over your heart. Saint Gabriel Archangel now descends in silence, not to speak of what was lost, but to anoint what will be renewed. The time of confusion is ending. The hours you spent wondering if you were still remembered have reached heaven as incense before the throne of mercy. The Archangel brings a decree of peace over your heart, declaring that no tear you cried was wasted, no prayer went unheard, no love given in truth has vanished into nothing. Every emotion that once felt like an open wound has become an altar from which your faith now rises, pure and luminous. The one who departed still carries your light within them, but now it shines through divine order, not through longing. Heaven has taken your pain and transformed it into prophecy, and this message marks the turning of your destiny in love. Saint Gabriel stretches his hand above you, and the air around you grows heavier with presence. He speaks not to your mind, but to the place within you that still trembles. You have carried sorrow long enough, he says. You have questioned your worth and pleaded for answers, but now heaven answers not with explanation, but with restoration. The Archangel shows a vision of your heart as a garden once burned by drought, now touched by the first rain. The soil drinks deeply, the seeds begin to awaken. That rain is the grace you have earned through surrender, the renewal promised after trial. Where pain once ruled, peace will soon reign. Where silence lingered, clarity will enter. You may still feel the ache in small waves. It is the echo of what once was. Do not resist it, bless it. Each ache is a reminder that you love deeply, and that heaven is now sanctifying that love. Saint Gabriel declares that healing does not erase connection, it purifies it. The one who left will feel the change within you, even before words are spoken. They will sense peace where turmoil used to dwell, strength where need once lived, and their spirit will recognize the divine in you once more. Whether reunion unfolds in the days ahead, or only in the realm of spirit, both souls will find their completion through this sacred realignment. The Archangel now speaks of divine timing. Do not measure your life by clocks or calendars, he says, for heaven counts differently. What you think delayed is only being perfected. There will come a moment, a meeting, a message, a dream, where the truth will break through the silence. It may come softly or suddenly, but it will come. When that moment arrives, you will not be the same person who once waited in pain. You will be one who waited in faith, and that difference will change everything. Your light will draw what belongs to you without effort, for heaven always honors the soul that chose surrender over fear. Saint Gabriel now pronounces a blessing. By divine decree, he says, I release upon you the peace of completed seasons, the courage to trust divine order, and the grace to love without fear. May every bond meant for your destiny be restored in purity. May every connection no longer aligned be released in gentleness. May your nights bring revelation, and your mornings bring calm. May your heart, once torn by longing, now become a vessel of faith. The Archangel breathes upon you. The wind you feel, the sudden warmth across your shoulders, is the sign of sealing. Heaven's light now covers what was fragile, restoring it to strength. Lift your gaze now, even if tears blur your sight. You are not the abandoned one. You are the chosen one. You are the soul that heaven trusted with a deep story of love, loss, and divine realignment. The Archangel's wings now unfold above you, forming a canopy of light, and every cell in your being begins to remember peace. The one who left is now in the hands of the same God who holds you. If they are part of your destiny, they will return in divine timing. If they are not, you will still receive love that reflects the depth of your surrender. Either way, heaven ensures that you will not end in emptiness. Saint Gabriel now seals this message as a living decree. Let what was broken be made whole. Let what was uncertain be clarified. Let love return in its divine form. The Archangel blesses you with the oil of peace and declares that your heart will no longer live in waiting, but in trust. You have crossed the valley of silence and entered the dawn of restoration. The prophecy is complete. Heaven has spoken. Your spirit is free, your destiny in love is secure, and your story now rests in the hands of God.